Shalom, shalom. This is your Akazaki Yahoo, and I start this broadcast as I would start any broadcast by first of all giving all praise, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah, Bahashem, Yahushua Hamashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Yisrael who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say shalom wabarukim, that is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day that the Most High brings us back together and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High power, under one covenant. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I'm joined this evening by my most esteemed Ak Kenanaya. Shalom, Aki.
Hey, shalom, shalom, Aki. Shalom, shalom, family. All praises to the Most High for allowing us yet another day.
Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. It is another Yom Shishi evening, and we are back to get into the scriptures one more time. Uh, I Salika, because I like to recap what we went through last week, and just to keep things fresh. So
hmm
let's go back here. Um, kind of remembering. Um, so uh,
So I want to say Dawid is on the run from his son Absalom.
Absalom,
Uh,
Khan. So we had that whole fiasco with Absalom, and with his son raping his daughter, and he killed his son, or not he killed his son, but his Absalom had his servant kill his other son, what Amon, was
uh,
it
Amnon.
Amnon, Khan, yes. So that happened. Absalom goes away and comes back. So in the last five, we got Ammon and Aram defeated. That happened, and it does in chapter 10. Chapter 11, uh, we also lucky we was beyond that. So actually, chapter 11, we get Bathsheba seeing or Bathsheba showing up, and then Dawid going off and doing what he did, that whole situation, and then we get into uh, him being rebuked, him dealing with the loss of the child, and uh, Amnon having evil dealings with his sister Tamar, and Absalom avenging Tamar and taking the life of his brother by his servant. And then a woman of Tekoa, when she tries to come and get to the bottom of it, as Joab had sent to happen. And then we get Absalom's conspiracy and
hmm
all of this. So he's trying to basically take over the king spot. So that's what we pick up here. So David has fled Jerusalem in last chapter, chapter 15. And so that's what we're picking up in chapter 16 here. So now that we've got our recap out of the way, let's go ahead and get to the meat and butter of the text here. So this is 2 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 1. Uh, Zabah, a false servant. Oh boy, it's going to be interesting. Here we go. And when Dawid was a little past the top of the hill, behold, Ziba, the servant of uh, Mesh
Mephibosheth.
Mephibosheth. I never get that name right. I always have to get told how I keep. Mephibosheth met him with a couple of donkeys saddled, and up on them 200 loaves of bread, and 100 bunches of raisins, and 100 of summer fruits, and a bottle of wine. Let's check out. Did we see his name before?
Yeah, but I don't remember.
What it was? Okay, let's take a look at it quick. Sebal, statue. Statue is what it means. So yeah, it doesn't really give us any significance as to who this guy is. Servant of the. Okay, so he was a servant of the house of Shaul. Okay. Oh, so this is the one who he brought in the previous chapter. Okay, I forgot about that. I forgot about him, honestly. So, all right, let's continue. Verse 2. And the king said unto uh, Zabah, What meanest you by this? And Zabba says, the donkeys are for the king's household to ride on, and the bread and the summer fruit are for the young men to eat, and the wine that such as be faint in the wilderness may drink. Okay, so let's check out this summer fruit. That's an interesting term. Let's see what that is. Ka-
Kais.
Kais. Okay. Summer fruit. Okay, I thought it would actually tell us what it was. It didn't. That was something that it would say exactly. Rather produce grain or fruit, dry season, summer, fruit house. Okay. Yeah, I was hoping it would tell. Hold on, Slucky. Let's go back. Okay, so this is all the way back in Bereshit. Maybe it's called by a different name. Oh, Slucky. And I went all the way out. Verse 2. Slucky. Let me go back to it. I had the wrong button, right? That's that quick. Um, Here he is. So this goes all the way back to Bereshit. Let's see what 8 and 22 says. In the earth. Okay, so this summer. Cold and dry. Cold in the heat in summer. Okay, so no, it wasn't what I was looking for. All right, let's continue. Verse number 3 here. It says, and the king said, and where are your master's sons? And Zabah said unto the king, behold, they abide at Jerusalem. And he said, today shall the house of Israel restore me to the kingdom of my father. Who said that?
So this is what Meshbosheth said. It's saying,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
So he thinking he finna get the kingdom back. So gotcha.
Khan,
Okay. Verse 4. Then said the king. So the king is Dawid, right?
Khan.
Okay, because that's why I'm like, who said that? Restore me to my father. Okay, con. All right, so verse 4. Then said the king to Zabah, behold, you are all that pertain to Mephibosheth. And Zabah said, I humbly beseech you that I may find grace in your sight, my master, O king. Dawid is cursed. Oh boy. Look, we was a long way from this a couple chapters ago,
Mm-hmm.
and man, it's amazing how things can just go. Whew. But that's what Nathan told him. This stuff was gonna come on you, and it's gonna come hard and heavy. Um, all for that woman. So verse 5. It wasn't for the woman; it was for the evil that he did by the woman to the Most High. So verse 5. And when King Dawid came to Bahurim, Bahurim,
Uh, Bahurim.
Bahurim, behold, there came out a man of the family of the house of Shaul, whose name was Shim,
Sh- Shimmy.
Shimei. Uh,
Shimei. Yeah. Remember I
sh-
was telling you
sh-
about Shimei.
okay, okay. Yeah, I was cursing him. Yeah, kind. Yeah, son of Gerah. He came forth and cursed still as he came. I thought when it said curse, like curse you in the city, curse in the field. I didn't know he meant the cussing of it. Like this is
Mm-hmm.
wasn't nearly the okay. Got you. All right, let's check out his name here. Let's check out Baram here. We've probably seen that. Uh,
Barum.
yeah,
Baru. Ba-arum. Ba-urim.
about Reem Khan. Yeah, I knew that Reem. Uh, I had that in my to say that. Young Men's Village. All right, a town in Benjamin between Jerusalem and Jericho, beyond the Mount of Olives on the way to Jericho. All right, let's check out Shaul's house name, Shemel.
Shimmy.
Shimi, Khan, Shimi, or renowned. So this
Hmm.
means he was known, I guess.
Yeah, I want to
Eventually.
say that he was. I want to say that Gerah is the brother of Kish.
Okay.
So meaning that him and Shaul would have been cousins.
Khan, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I was gonna look at Gera as well. Let's take a quick look at him. Gera. Oh boy, that's not a good name. The a grain. Look how they phonetically did that. That is
Right, right.
not not nice. I wouldn't dare name my son that. Oh gracious. Imagine meeting a brother with that name. You'd be like,
Right, right.
all right, let's continue here. Verse 6. And he cast stones at Dawid and all the servants of King Dawid and the people and all the mighty men were on his right, was on Salakia, were on his right hand and his left. So he's surrounded by his people. And here come this cat, just straight up wilding, um, basically, cursing and throwing rocks at the king. Like, what is wrong with you, bro? You bugging. Verse 7. Shaul is dead, man.
Right, right,
What are
right.
you hoping to accomplish here? I mean, you need to get on board, especially with all the good that he did. I mean,
But you know it's been beef
yeah,
between the Benamites
yeah,
and Dawid, you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm glad we finally got through it. Got over it. So, verse 7, and thus said Shimi when he cursed, "Come out, come out, you bloody man, and you man of he didn't call him a man of evil. Oh my
Hmm.
goodness." Now, I don't know about that. Now, I don't think I could have. I don't. You can't call me that. That's. I think that's about the worst thing you can call me. You're gonna get a good reaction out of me with that one. You say you son of. You can say that. What Shaul called his son? You son of uh, uh, some kind of a woman of a what was it?
Yeah.
I can't remember what he said. You son of a.
It was
It
it
was a.
was it was very derogatory though, like, and you could tell he was. I forget what it was though. I
Oh, what was it? Look, I'm stuck on that now. But yeah, it was it's funny because I thought about it the other day. It's like, yeah, that was like the nicest curse I've ever heard. You son of
right.
some kind of a woman of a I can't remember. It'll come to me. Let's continue here, verse 8. Yahuwah have returned upon you all the blood of the house of Shaul, and whose stead you have reigned, and Yahuwah have delivered the kingdom into the hand of Absalom your son. And behold, you are in your mischief, because you are a bloody man. Like, man, he hitting them with some truth. It's some truth to that, not the Shaul part. That's not what happened. The reason he getting this with Absalom is because of he decided that being with that woman was more important than serving the Most High. So rebellious, you son of a rebellious woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. I told you it come to me.
Yeah, kind.
Verse 9. And said, uh, Abishai, son of Zeruiah,
Zariah.
Zariah, Salakia,
Yeah, this is
Zariah.
Joab's brother.
So, okay. Unto the king. Why should this dog, Salakia, why should this dead dog curse my master the king? Let me go over, I pray you, and take off his head. You want cats like that on your team. You know what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
want cats like that. Like, what? He talking to you? Oh man, let me handle this for you. Like, nah, nah, just chill, just chill. It's not that serious. Like,
That's
man, I
kind of
got
what Dawid said as well.
basically, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time, he gonna say that. He's not gonna be like, yeah, go on and handle it. Most of the time, a good leader gonna be like, nah, it's not that serious. He just bumping his gums. He don't really want nothing. All right,
Hmm.
verse 10. And the king said, "What have I to do with you, you son of you said Uriah? Not Uriah. Good grief.
Zariah.
Zuriah, Salakia. Salakia. My apologies. I'm stammering these words here, but we're gonna get on track here in this 10th verse. So let him curse, because Yahuwah have said unto him, Curse thou we. Who shall then say, Wherefore have you done so? Like, oh, the Most High giving them the ability to do it. It's all good. He not hurting my feelings. Verse 11. And Dawid said unto Abishai and to all his servants, Behold, my son, which came forth of my bowels, seeketh my life. How much more now may this Benjamite do it? Leave him alone and let him curse, for Yahuwah have been him. But he didn't forget this. We're gonna see that later on. So
Right, God.
probably tomorrow, I'm thinking. But let's continue here, verse 12. It may be that Yahuwah will look on mine affliction, and that Yahuwah will require me good for his cursing this day. And and as Dawid and his men went by the way, uh, Simi uh, went along on the hillside over against him, and cursed as he went, and threw stones at him, and cast dust. This cat is wild, man.
He's pestering them. You know what I
Man,
mean? Like,
bad. You
uh,
know, that's some wild stuff, especially to the king. So basically, I guess his mind, Dawid is finished. It's gonna be Absalom.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. He's like, it's like you ain't the king no more. You know what I
kind.
mean?
Yeah, it's got to be. That's the only way you can justify doing this type of behavior. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? To a cat who the king. That's like me going out to the, well, I want to say the chief of police, but you know what I'm saying? That's like me going out to the mayor, or to the, to the president of the United States, and I'm gonna curse him and throw rocks at him. You know how quick Secret Service will be on your behind, and he
Man,
be like, and the president be like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. He
he's
ain't,
crazy. Yeah.
yeah, he's just bugging. He's just wilding or whatever. So, let him be. In which he be like, get him.
Right.
But it's all good. It's different when it's your own people. Well, for this time, we'll see what it be tomorrow. So, verse 14. And the king and all the people that were with him came came weary and refreshed themselves there. Absalom enters Jerusalem. 2 Sam chapter 16 and verse number 15. 2 Samuel. Salaki. I don't know why he like to say that 2 Sam. We do that, I guess, sometime. Um, verse 15. And Absalom and all the people, the men of Israel, came to Jerusalem, and Athipelel with
Uh,
him.
Aki Foel, fail. Oh,
Fell.
fail.
Athiophel. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
my brother is foolish.
okay. Okay. We did look at that. I'm like, I'm going to look at that
Hmm.
one. Okay. Kind. Let's continue. Verse 16. And it came to pass when uh, Hushai,
Hmm.
Hushai, was it Hushai or Hushai?
Hushai.
Hushai, kind. The Archite, Dawid's friend, was come unto Absalom, and Hushai said unto Absalom, Most High save the king, Most High save the king. And Absalom said to Hushai, Is this the kindness to your friend? Is this your kindness to your friend? What went you, I'm sorry, Slakia, what went you not with your friend? Like, why you not with your friend?
Mm-hmm.
Slakia. Why went you not with your friend? Like, why you not with Dawid?
Dawid. Yeah,
You up here
come.
talking to in my face is let's see how Absalom reacts to this. And Hushai said unto Absalom, Nay, but whom Yahuwah Slakia. Nay, but whom Yahuwah and his people and all the men of Israel chose him will I be, and with him will I abide. And again, whom shall I serve? Should I now should I not serve in the presence of his son? As I have served in your father's presence, so will I be in your presence.
So this was remember that conversation that Dawid had with Hushai.
Hmm.
He was like, "Look, you go back to Jerusalem, and you can counter after Achiophel, you can counter his counsel to my son."
Okay. Okay. So that's why he's there. I was thinking that he was,
Uh huh.
yeah, I was thinking he
He
said,
switched up or something. Nah, he ain't switch up.
well, when he first came to him, he was like, Most High say the king.
Uh
And
huh.
I thought Absalom would take offense to that. Like, I'm trying to kill him. And you talking about saving him? You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
now
Like,
like he was greeting him
oh, like
as
he
the
was the
king.
king. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Slack you. Look, I'm reading it. I'm not even right where I need to be. So, Tola Rabaki, I appreciate you clearing that up for me because
Hey, all praises. Iron
hallelujah,
sharpen iron.
hallelujah. Yeah, I was literally thinking that I was like, oh, he gonna be trying to get at him for that. You know, he got that warrior spirit? I thought
Mm-hmm.
we was gonna see it here, but nah. Okay, verse 20. Uh, then said Absalom to uh, Ati O Pet Pele Pele
Phil.
Athipophel Salakia
Mm-hmm.
Tola. Um, give counsel among you what we shall do. And Achiophel said unto Absalom, Go in unto your father's concubine, which
Mm-hmm.
he have left, and to keep the house, and and all of Israel shall hear that you art abhorred of your father. Then shall the hand of all that are with you be strong. So he told him to go do that. Verse
Mm-hmm.
22. So they spread Absalom a tent upon the top of the house. And Absalom went in unto his father's concubines in the sight of all Israel. So, that he told him, Nathan told him that you did this in secret. I'm going to do this in front of everybody.
And
Ooh,
you
we.
know what's a trip out is
Mm,
that Achiophel is the grandfather of Bathsheba,
mhm,
who is with Dawid on the
mhm.
other side of Jordan.
Yeah, right. Well, when you read this, it had to come to pass because that's what the messenger of the Most High told
Mm-hmm.
Nathan the prophet. So this had to be what it was. But it's like wow. Verse 23. What is concubines doing? They just sit. I mean, it seemed like they would run or something. But I guess I don't know. You come with an army, you kind of stuck where you at.
Well,
So wow, that's wow. Verse 23. Look, that took me back to Reuben, and
mm-hmm.
yeah. But they say that was a sign that you're trying to take over. You're gonna take the king's wives, and in this case, his concubines. So, verse 23. Bathsheba should be there because she's a concubine, I believe. But is she with? She's
Uh,
she's with Dawid.
Yeah, he
Okay,
took her to wife.
okay, okay, okay. All right, verse 23. And the counsel of Ophel, oh, I'm too bad with that name, Mike, uh, which he counseled in those days, was as if a man had inquired at the oracles of the Most High. So was the counsel of um, of of Ophel,
Ophel.
Tola, both with Dawid and with Absalom. So he was taking counsel from, he was giving counsel to both of them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll get straight on this chapter 17 here. O'Shea's counsel. This is 2 Samuel chapter 17 and verse 1. It says, Moreover, Achiophel said unto Absalom, Let me now choose out 12,000 men, and I will arise and pursue after Dawid this night. And I will come upon him while he is weary and weak handed, and I will make him afraid, and all the people that are with him shall flee, and I shall smite the king only, and I will bring back all the people unto you. The men whom you seek is as if all returneth, so all the people shall be in peace. And he said, and the saying pleased Absalom well, and all the elders of Israel. Then said Absalom, Call now Hoshea the Archite also, and let us hear likewise what he said. So he's seeking the counsel of Hoshea, so he's liking what he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I got a little bit distracted that time. My heat is acting like it's not wanting to. It's starting and then it's stopping. So I don't know. I may have to call maintenance because I
Right.
can't be in here without no heat. See, I'm
Con.
already bundled up.
Con.
verse 7, verse 6. Like, okay, I think it's working now. Maybe it was just trying to fire up or whatever. But okay, anyway, verse 6. And when Hoshea was come to Absalom, Absalom spake unto him, saying, Achiophel uh, uh, has spoken after this manner. Shall we do after his say? If not, speak you. And Hoshea said unto Absalom, The counsel that Achiophel have given is not good at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Say like that would be a red flag, but let's see.
Right, right, right.
But let's see what kind of ruach, the Most High.
Excuse, you know what I mean? But he
Yeah,
he gave a pretty good excuse.
okay, kind. Yeah, it's blowing now. It's like, ooh, I got a little nervous there, but yeah, it's blowing now. All right, verse 8. For said Hoshea, you knoweth your father and his men, and they be mighty men, and they be, what is that, shivered,
Chaffed.
chaffed, chaffed in their minds, as a bear robbed for his whelp in the field, for his whelps, Slakia, as a bear robbed for her whelps in the field, and your father is a man of war, and will not lodge with the people.
So he's saying that, these be like these men are mad and angry like a bear who has lost her cubs.
hmm Yeah, I was gonna say her whelps. I figured that's what that was. I mean, context
Mm-hmm.
wise, I was gonna look at that, but no sweat. Let's continue, verse 9. Yeah, that's some good thinking, a good way to put it. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Behold, he is hid out in some pit or in some other place, and it will come to pass when some of them be overthrown at the first, that whosoever hear it will say, there is a slaughter among the people that follow Absalom. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty
Mm-hmm.
good setup to kind of throw him off a little bit.
Right.
Uh, verse 10. And he also, and he also that is valiant, whose heart is as the heart of a lion, shall utterly melt. For all of Israel know that your father is a mighty man, and will they which be with him are valiant men. So yeah, you know your father about that action, and the cats he got with him, they down with it too. So
Right.
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted, cause
Don't forget.
right, exactly. Don't get it twisted, cause this ain't gonna be no easy. You know, walking in there and take him, and he gonna just go with you like no problem. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a whole different situation. Verse 11. Therefore, I counsel that all of Israel be generally gathered unto you, from Dan even to Beersheba, as the sand of as the sand that is by the sea for multitude, that you go to battle in your own person, in your own person. Verse 12. So shall we come unto him in the place where he shall be found, and we will light upon his upon him, for all the dew falleth on the ground, and of him and of him and of all the men that are with him, there shall not be left so much as one.
Right. So we're gonna be on them just like out of nowhere. Like that's how
Yeah,
that dude gets on that grass. You know,
hmm
it comes out of nowhere.
just shows up. Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yes, indeed. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I kind of feel like he giving them too good of advice.
All right, right.
Verse 13, because that sounds like that could really work for real.
Mm-hmm.
But if he can get it to him that this is coming, then that would make sense.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, that would make sense. So, verse 13. Moreover, if he be gotten unto a city, then shall all of Israel bring ropes to that city, and we will draw it unto the river, until there be not a small stone found there. So basically, we're gonna comb through this whole place until
Mm-hmm.
ain't nothing left. Verse 14. And Absalom and all the men of Israel said, the counsel of Hushai the Archite is better than the counsel of uh, Ahithophel, Achiophel. For Yahuwah have appointed to defeat the good counsel of Achiophel, to the intent that Yahuwah might bring evil upon Absalom. Kind. All right. Uh, 2 Samuel chapter 15, Salakia, chapter 17 and verse 15. Hushai's warning saves David. All right, verse 15. Then said Hushai unto Zadok and to uh, Abathar,
Abathar.
Abathar, Abathar the priest. Thus, thus and thus did Achiophel counsel Absalom and the elders of Israel, and thus have I counseled. Now therefore, sing quickly and tell Dawid, saying, lodge not this night in the plains of the wilderness, but speedily pass over, lest the king be swallowed up, and all the people that are with him. Now, Jonathan and Ami Az,
I, I mean, eyes. My
Ami Az,
eyes. Mm-hmm.
Az. That double A always get me out. Have we seen that name before?
Man, I want to say we did like two
Okay,
chapters ago. It's
okay,
my
okay.
brother. My brother is strong.
Okay,
I think I don't remember. I don't remember what it means.
okay. We'll take a quick look at it there.
Con.
I mean, I stayed by in in Ro in Rogel
In Rogel Con.
in Rogel. For they might not be seen to come unto the city. And a wench went and told them, a wench? That's old English, boy.
Yeah,
Whew. When
con.
it told them, and they went to the king, and he went and told King David, like a wench. That's like, yeah, this is old time stuff. Let's check him out real quick. I think that's what it was. Yeah,
My
my
brother
brother
is
is angry.
angry. Con.
Wrath. Yeah, we did see that because I remember seeing.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that one. So I don't remember what it was. What it was called. Oh, let's check out this
In Rogel.
Enroll. Yeah, yeah, kind. Fountain of the Fuller, or Fount
Mm.
of the Fuller. Fount of the Fuller. Hmm. Yeah, we saw that actually in Joshua. So, all
Okay.
right, well, let's continue here. Slakia. Verse 18. Nevertheless, the lad saw them and told Absalom, but they went both of them away quickly and came to the man's house in Baharim, Baharim, Baarim, I should say Baarim, which had a well in his court, whether where they went down, whether they went down. Oh, we need to look at that location. I,
Yeah, we did.
oh, we
Ba
did.
Urim. Uh-huh.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Back. Okay, slacking. I'm in a haze this evening, but let's continue. Verse 19. And the woman took and spread a cover over the well of the mouth, the well's mouth, and spread ground corn thereon, and the thing was not known. And when Absalom's servant came to the woman to the house and said, so it's like I had to go look at that twice. I'm like, did I see that right? And when Absalom's servant came to the woman to the house, they said, where is Amma as Amma as Az and Jonathan?
I my eyes.
Ayamaaz. I'm bad at those double A's. Ayamaaz and Jonathan. And the woman said unto them, they be gone over the brook of water. And when they had sought and could not find them, they returned to Jerusalem. And it came to pass after they had departed that they came up out of the well. And when they told King David, and said unto David, arise and pass quickly over the water, for thus have Achiophel counseled against you. And David arose, and all the people that were with him, and they came, Salaki, and they passed over Jordan by the morning light. There lacked not one of them that that was not gone over Jordan. And when Achiophel saw that the counsel was not followed, he saddled his donkey and arose, and got him home to his house and to his city, and put his household in order, and hung himself, and died, and was buried in the sepulchre of his father.
I don't get that.
I guess he was like, oh, you're not going to listen to me? I'm not going to be giving you my counsel. I'm out of here. Literally.
Wow.
I mean, that's what I kind of took it as. I mean, you say, and when he saw that his counsel was not followed, he saddled his donkey and arose and got him home to his house, to his city, and put his house in order. I kind of thought was kind of like put his house in order, but yeah, he didn't basically set up his That's his will and testament, last will and testament.
Con.
Yeah, and hung himself, and he died and was buried in the sepulchre of his father. He's like, oh, you don't want my counsel? You ain't gonna follow my counsel? Because he did give him a good, you know what I'm saying? Give him some good information, and they was like, oh, well, you're not gonna be comparing counsels and then using somebody else and failing, and I'm not gonna be dealing with you like that. Um, or maybe he realized that it was over for him because Yahuwah was with Dawid, so it's over for you. Because as soon as he get power, you out of there anyway.
Hmm.
As soon as he get things back in order. So, verse 24. Then Dawid came to Manaim, Mananaim,
Hmm.
and Absalom passed over Jordan, he and all the men of Israel with him. And Absalom made Amasa captain of the host instead of Joab, which Amasa was a man's son, whose name was Itha Itha, an Israelite, Ithra, an Israelite, that when Slakia, that went in to Abigail, the daughter of Nahash, sister to Zariah, Zariah, Joab's mother. So he went and got the dude. Did they? Well, that's not Abigail. No, I was thinking that this was the cat that they took the wife from to give back to Dawid.
Mm.
But no, this wasn't her. Let's check out his name, uh, Amash
Masa.
Amasa Burden. Oh, okay. So that's was this hmm, was he I wonder was he that's just like Ishmael's son.
Mm.
He had a son named Massa, and Amasa are basically the same word. It means it's the same meaning.
Mm. Burden. Con.
Hmm. Let me see his son's name. Oh, Ither. Let's see, I got that name as well.
Yitra.
Ithra, abundance. Yeah, it's the only place we see this. So I thought I hadn't seen that one before. Okay, let's continue. All right, verse 26. So Yisrael and Absalom pitched in the land of Gaid, Gilead, and it came to pass when Dawid was come to uh, Manaim that Sha'abah, the son of Nahash, and of Rabath, of the children of Ammon, and Makar, the son of Amiel of Lobadar.
Hmm.
These names are woo, and, and Barzillai, the Gleedite of uh,
Rogalim.
Rogalim. I was gonna say Rides. Rogalim. All right, verse 28. Brought bears and bisons by sons and earthen vessels and wheat and barley and flour and parched corn and beans and lentils and uh, parched pulse. I don't know what parched pulse is. I know all these other things, but I don't know what parched pulse is. Take a look at that. It looks like pulse was added. It's in
Mm.
italics, kind of. Let's see what that parched is. Kali,
Kali.
grain. Okay, we've seen that before. Okay, so it's just a different name for it. Verse 29. And honey and butter and sheep and cheese of kine for Dawid and the people that were with him to eat. And they said, the people is hungry and weary and thirsty in the wilderness. Yeah, kind. Let's go. Chapter 18. See, we are on time. 45 minutes. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. All right, because this is chapter 18 and verse number 1. Absalom slain. I kind of hate it. Kind of gives it away, before we get into
Mm-hmm.
it. All right, let's continue. Verse 1. And Dawid numbered the people that were with him and set captains of thousands and captains of hundreds over them. And Dawid set forth a third part of the people under the hand of Joab, and a third under the hand of uh,
Abishai.
Abishai, Salakia, Talaki, the son of Zuriah, Joab's brother, and a third part of the hand of Itaiah, Itaiah, the Gittite, Gittite. And the king said unto the people, I will surely go forth with you myself also. But the people answered, you shall not go forth, for if we flee away, you will not they will not care for us. Neither if half of us die, will they care for us. But now you are who's 10,000 for us. But now you are worth Salakia. But now you are worth 10,000 for us. Therefore, now it is better that you sorcerer,
I think it's Sakur.
succor, succor us out of the city. Um, let's see what that is. I don't recall that. Succor, where did it go? Out of
Right
the
there,
city.
verse 3. Yeah, Khan. And it's
Yeah,
got two meanings.
yeah. What? That's the same. 58,
Oh,
26.
Khan.
That's strange. Okay, that might be a typo or whatever. So, yeah, succor,
Azar.
uh, succor, to help, succor or
Mm-hmm.
support. Okay, okay, con. I was like, okay, no sweat. Uh, let's continue. Verse 4. And the king said unto them, Select you. What seemeth you best, I will do. And the king stood by the gate side, and all the people came out by the hundreds and by thousands, by hundreds and by thousands. And the king commanded Joab and Abishai the Hittite, saying, and Ittai, saying, deal gently for my sake with the young man, even with Absalom. And all the people heard when the king gave all the captains charge concerning Absalom. They're like, man, what you worried about this cat for? He trying to take your head off, and you talking about deal
Mm-hmm.
gently? Like, hey, don't cut him up if you can avoid it.
Right.
I don't think Absalom. I mean, we really haven't seen him like mimic his father. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen him really get down. You know,
Right. Right.
he's giving commands, but he hasn't done any work. He
Yeah.
ain't got nothing on his
Um,
hands.
yeah, he set his brother up to be killed. He didn't even kill his brother. He
He
had
didn't even do
somebody
that.
else kill him.
Exactly, servant. So it's. I don't think he was really about that. I mean, he don't get me wrong. He was a wicked dude to do what he did, but I don't think he was really about that life. You know, who you think was cutting up them Philistines when it was time to get that dowry for that woman?
Yeah, Dawid was in the middle of it,
Exactly,
in the thick
exactly,
of the battle.
exactly. So I don't think Absalom, equivalent to that. So verse 6. So the people went out unto the field against Israel, and the battle. was in the wood of Ephraim, and the people of Israel were slain before the servants of Dawid, and was the, and there a great slaughter that day of 20,000 men. My goodness. For the battle was there scattered over the face of all the country, and the wood devoured more people that day than the sword devoured. So the wood was killing more than the sword was.
Hmm.
My goodness. Verse 9. And Absalom met the servant of Dawid, and Absalom rode upon a mule, and the mule was under the thicket brought of a great oak, and his head caught hold of the oak, and he went up between the Shamaim and the earth, and the mule was under him, and the mule that was under him went away. So he got caught by his hair.
Mm-hmm.
I remember hearing this story, but it's my first time reading it, honestly. But I remember that he got caught by his hair. I recall that. Verse 10. And a certain man saw it, and Joab, Salaki, and a certain man saw it and told Joab and said, Behold, I saw Absalom an oak, hanging in an oak. And Absalom said unto the man that told him, And behold, Salakia. I said that completely wrong. Let me start over verse 11. And Joab said unto the man that told him, And behold, you saw him, and why did you not smite him there to the ground? See what Joab, see what kind of cat
Mm-hmm.
Joab is? And I would have given 10, I had given you 10 shekels of silver and a girdle. Like I'd have hooked you up, man. I'd have put you down if you'd have handled that. Verse 12. And the man said to Joab, Though I should receive 1,000 shekels of silver in my hand, yet would I not put forth my hand against the king's son. For in our hearing, the king char- Slicker, the king charged you and Ushaya and Ittai, saying, Beware that none touch the young man Absalom. Otherwise, I should have wrought falsehood against thy own life. For there is no matter hid from the king, and you yourself would have set yourself against me. Like man, if I'd have took your little money, you'd have been the one killing me after I'd have handled that business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the
Yeah.
king would have put you on me.
Exactly. We saw how he did when that one the Edomite brought him the or Amalekite brought him
Yeah.
the crown. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Like you didn't know not to touch the king, Yahuwah's anointed.
Right.
Follow him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. Verse 14. Then said Joab, I may not tarry, I may not tarry with you, this with you. And he took 3 darts in his hand and thrust them through the heart of Absalom. Joab did that
Mm-hmm.
while he was yet alive in the midst of the oak. Wow. And the young men that bare Joab's armor compassed about and smote Absalom and uh, and slew him. Slakia and 10 young. So he had 10 armor bearers.
Right. Right. He was a mighty man.
He was a mighty man for real. So he probably had all manner of weapons though. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? He probably had the bow and arrow and sword and probably some kind of other. That took me back to Goliath. He had a cat carrying his shield. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like wow. Verse 16. I didn't realize Joab did the dirt. Um, verse 16. And Joab blew the shofar, and the people returned from pursuing after Israel, for Joab held back the people. And they took Absalom and cast him into a great pit in the wood, and lay a very great heap of stone upon him. And all of Israel fled every one to his tent. Now Absalom in his lifetime had taken and reared up for himself a pillar, which is the king's dale. For he said, I have no son to keep my name in remembrance. And he called the pillar after his own name, and it is called unto this day Absalom's place. Okay, so let's check out this dale here. Pillar himself, remembrance. What did I say? Read up unto.
Dale.
Okay, kind of the king's dale. That's what I'm looking for. I was trying to figure out what that is. I know that's some old English term. Yamik, Yamek, Mek,
Amek.
Amek. I said Yah Salaki. I'm telling y'all, I got it. I got it for
Mm.
real. So this is Valley 63 times, Val 4 times, and Dale 2 times. Valley, Val, Lowland, Open Country. So I was trying to get a picture. I saw him in the pit. I could see that, with his whatever he had on. But I'm trying to picture this hair he got, and they got him caught, and now he can't move in this oak.
Mm-hmm.
And Joab just hit him with 3 darts. He didn't just hit him one time; he hit him 3 times. Whew. All right. 2 Samuel, chapter 18 and verse 19. Dawid is grief stricken. Then said, uh, that
I eat
double
my
A.
eyes.
I eat my eyes. I can Them double A's get me every time. Them double letters really. Then said Ahaz, the son of Zadok, let me now run and bear the king's tidings, how Yahuwah have avenged him of his enemies. And Joab said unto him, thus shall be, you shall not bear tidings this day, but you shall bear tidings another day. But this day you shall not bear, you shall bear no tidings, because the king's son is dead. Like, ooh, we want to go shout this to the rooftop. Like, look, man, this man's son. You got your mind? You trying to
Right.
get your throat slit? this
Right.
is
Right.
this is his son. This ain't yes, he was his enemy, but this is also his son. This is not going to be a good day for him. Verse 21. Then and Joab knew that, and it's funny he did that. That's why he said, "Be gentle with him," because Dawid was under the impression I can get him and maybe talk to him and
Reason with them. Yeah.
yeah, maybe he'll repent, and come to Yahuwah. That's what he was hoping for. But let's continue. Then said Joab to Cushi, "Go tell the king what have what you have seen." And Cushi bowed himself to Joab and ran. I got a little feel like I'm trying to train a little bit. I don't even feel stuffed up, but strange. Verse 22. It is like what? What's it outside like?
Man, it's got to be in the 30s.
Yeah, kind. Yeah, it's been cooled off like pretty quick. So slack you. Verse 22.
It's 27. Not.
27.
Mm.
I was thinking, yeah, kind, yeah, yeah. Then said, ah, I'm a Azah. I know that's not right. Was that right?
Nah.
I'm a Azah.
I heat my eyes.
I heat my eyes. I heat my eyes. Look, I probably won't see this name again, but I'm gonna get it. I heat my eyes. I heat my eyes. See, I want to say, okay, so in my mind, A is I, him, and then AAZ. That's how I'm trying to break it down, but it's really like
But you know
I.
what? Yeah, that actually is pretty good breakdown.
Oh, okay.
I almost like it better than what I be doing. I him my eyes. No, I him.
Ahim and
Aaz.
yeah, Ahim Aaz. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, con. But yeah, that's why I say these double A's. When I see that A Azan Azan. So anyway, the son of Zadok yet again to Joab, but whosoever let me, I pray you, also run after Cushi. And Joab said, wherefore will you run, my son, seeing you have had no tidings already? Verse 23. But whosoever said he, let me run, and he said unto him, run, then Amhimazah ran by the way of the plain and overran Cushi. So Azar could run faster than Cushi. Wow, that's well, no, that's not the one. The one that I was thinking who was like a deer.
Uh,
Um,
that was their brother that passed away.
yeah, they got killed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, verse 22, 4. And Dawid sat between the two gates, and the watchman went up to the roof over the gates unto the wall, and lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, a man running alone. So I just imagine Dawid's state of mind here, because he want his people, his side to prevail, of course, but he also want his son to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? So here comes somebody running by themselves. And so now he's like, okay, here come the news. It's either gonna be good or it's either gonna be bad or it's gonna be really bad. So either we won, which is good, or we lost, which is bad, or my son is dead, which is really bad. So
Mm-hmm.
best case scenario it would have been his son is alive and they won and they bringing him and bound head and feet, um well not head but bound hands and feet. So verse 25, and the watchman cried and told the king, and the king said, if he be alone, there is tidings in his mouth. And he came apace and drew near, and the watchman saw another man running, and the watchman called unto the porter and said, behold, another man running alone. And the king said, he also bringing tidings. He also bringing tidings. Slakia. And the watchman said, me thinketh the running of the foremost. I know, right?
He talking like the Hulk, Incredible Hulk.
That's what I was like. Me thinking uh, the running of the foremost is like the running of uh, Ahim Amzan, the son of Zadok. And the king said, he is a good man that cometh to with good tidings. And Ahim Azah called and said unto the king, all is well, for he fell down to the earth upon his face before the king, and said, blessed be Yahuwah your power, which have delivered up the men that lifted up their hand against my master the king. And the king said, is the young man Absalom safe? First thing out his mouth, is Absalom all right?
Mm-hmm.
And uh, Ahim Azah answered, when Joab sent the king's servant to me, your servant, I saw a great multitude, but I knew not what it was. And the king said unto him, turn aside and stand here. And he turned aside and stood still. And behold, Cushi, Slakia, Cushi came And Cushi said, Tidings, my master the king, for Yahuwah have avenged you this day for all that for all them that rose up against you. And the king said to Cushi, Is the young man Absalom safe? And Cushi answered, The enemies of my master the king, and all that rose against you to do you hurt, be as that young man is. And the king was much moved, and went up to the chamber over the gate, and wept, and he went, thus saying, O my son Absalom, my son, my son Absalom, would the most high that I had died for you. O Absalom, my son. Man, he's showing the more and more traits of Hamashiach. If I could have did it for you, I would have took it.
Yeah, indeed, indeed.
Yeah, man, that's beautiful. And you contrast that with we saw this is his third son who's passed away that we're reading here in Samuel, um, well, in Second Samuel actually. The first one was the
Mm-hmm.
baby, and then Absalom killed his brother for doing the evil against his sister, and now Absalom. And he really didn't weep much for the baby until while the baby was sick. He wept, but once the baby was done, he was got up and washed himself and changed his garment, anointed himself with oil, and ate. Went back to normal. But he did mourn his other son. I think that was his eldest son. Um, and of course, a great mourning for Absalom here. So,
Mm-hmm.
want to go ahead and pick up 19 here? All right?
Indeed,
Uh,
this is the book of Second Shemuel, chapter 19. Joab reproves Dawid's lament, verse 1. And it was told Joab, Behold, the king weepeth and mourneth for Absalom. And the victory that day was turned into mourning unto all the people. For the people heard say that day how the king was grieved for his son. And the people got them by stealth that day into the city, as people being ashamed steal away when they flee in the battle. So, they returned, and but it's not like with joy and triumph. They got their heads down because
right,
they all sad because the king is sad.
right, yeah, because he lost his son, and then yeah, because the mood of the when remember that you heard attitude reflect leadership.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing right here.
Indeed. Verse 4. But the king covered his face, and the king cried with a loud voice, O my son Absalom! O Absalom, my son! My son! And Joab came into the house to the king and said, Thou hast shamed this day the faces of all thy servants, which this day has saved thy life, and the lives of thy sons, and of thy daughters, and the lives of thy wives, and the lives of the concubines. So
Mhm. We done
it's
did
like
all
he's
this.
he's yeah, he's like, man, these people, you've turned this victory and these people that went out to battle, you've made them ashamed for what
Right.
they've done.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean that's basically what he is because he's so focused on Absalom. You look at all these people that were saved, and they done saved your life and the life of everybody you care about. But your whole concern is the dude that wants you dead.
Yeah,
I
come.
know it's your son, but man, come on, you got to step out of this.
Yeah, come.
Yeah,
Verse 6. And that thou lovest thine enemies and hatest thy friends, for thou hast declared this day that thou regardest neither princes nor servants. For this day I perceive that if Absalom had lived, and all we had died this day, then it had pleased thee well. Wow.
he called him out.
Uh huh.
Like, yeah, you rather him be here and all of us be dead, huh? That's what
Right.
you wanted.
All right. Verse 7. Now therefore arise, go forth, and speak comfortably unto thy servants. For I swear by Yahweh, if thou go not forth, there will not tarry one with thee this night, and that will be worse unto you than all the evil that befell you from your youth until now. Wow.
Yeah, he's like, I mean, he making sense. I get it.
Yeah, it's good counsel. It's good
Yeah,
counsel.
kind. It's, but loss of a child is never an easy thing, and to
Indeed.
go through it 3 times in this short time span, you know what I'm saying? It's got to be weary to the
Hmm.
king. So,
All right. Dawid restored as king. Verse 8. Then the king arose and sat in the gate, and they told unto all the people, saying, Behold, the king do sit in the gate. And all the people came before the king, for Israel had fled every man to his tent. And all the people were at strife throughout all the tribes of Israel, saying, The king saved us out of the hand of our enemies, and he delivered us out of the hand of the Philistines. And now he is fled out of the land for Absalom. And Absalom, whom we anointed over us, is dead in battle. Now, therefore, why speak ye not a word of bringing the king back? And King Dawid sent to Zadok and to Abiathar the priest, saying, Speak unto the elders of Yehuda, saying, Why are ye the last to bring the king back to his house, seeing the speech of all Israel is come to the king, even to his house? Ye are my brethren, ye are my bones and my flesh. Wherefore then are ye the last to bring back the king? And say ye to Amasa, Art thou not of my bone and of my flesh? The Most High do so to me, and more also, if thou be not captain of the host before me continually in the room of Joab. And he bowed the heart of all the men of Yehuda, even as the heart of one man, so that they sent this word unto the king, Return you and all your servants. So the king returned and came to Jordan, and Yehuda came to Gilgal to go to meet the king, to conduct the king over Yehuda over Jordan. And Shimei, the son of Gera, a Benamite, which was which was of Bahurim, hasted and came down with the men of Yehuda to meet King David. And there were 1,000 men of Benjamin with him, and Ziba, the servant of the house of Shaul, and his 15 sons, and his 20 servants with him. And they went over Jordan before the king. And there went over a ferry boat to carry over the king's household, and to do what he thought good. And Shimei, the son of Gera, fell down before the king as he was come over Jordan, and said unto the king, Let not my master impute iniquity unto me, neither do thou remember that which thy servant did perversely the day that my master the king went out of Jerusalem, that the king should take it to his heart.
see, I mean, don't wouldn't he have to accept that? I mean, I know he did some folly, but he didn't really hurt him. He
Right.
just said some ill things and threw some rocks. And seemed
I
like
mean,
he would have.
he acted foolishly. This is why we don't kick people while we down, while they're down. You don't
Yeah,
know how the
yeah,
situation's gonna play out.
I mean, he came with it. Yeah, man. He was ready to serve Absalom though.
Right.
He was like Absalom. Yeah, he gonna be the king. But
Hmm.
yeah, you're right.
Verse 20. For thy servant do know that I have sinned. Therefore, behold, I am come the first this day of all the house of Joseph to go down to meet my master the king. But Abishai, the son of Zerah, answered and said, Shall not Shimei be put to death for this, because he cursed Yahweh's anointed?
Yeah.
Right. And Dawid said, What have I to do with you, ye sons of Zerah? that ye should this day be adversaries unto me? Shall there any man be put to death this day in Israel? For do not I know that I am this day king over Israel? Therefore the king said unto Shimei, Thou shalt not die. And the king swore unto him. And Meshbosheth, the son of Shaul, came down to meet the king, and had neither dressed his feet, nor trimmed his beard, nor washed his clothes, from the day the king departed until the day he came again in peace.
mm,
And it came to pass, when he was come to Jerusalem to meet the king, that the king said unto him, Wherefore wentest not thou with me, Meshbosheth? And he answered, My master, O king, my servant deceived me. For thy servant said, I will saddle me an ass, that I may ride thereon, and go to the king, because thy servant is lame. And he hath slandered thy servant unto my master the king. But my master the king is as an angel of the Most High. Do therefore what is good in thine eyes. For all my father's house were but dead men before my master the king. Yet did thou set thy servant among them that did eat at thine own table. What right therefore have I yet to cry any more unto the king? And the king said unto him, Why speakest thou any more of thy matters? I have said, Thou or you and Ziba divide the land. And Meshbosheth said unto the king, Yea, let him take all, for as much as my master the king is come again in peace unto his own house. And Barzillai the Gileadite came down from Rogelim, and went over Jordan with the king, to conduct him over Jordan. Now Barzillai was a very aged man, even fourscore years old, and he had provided the king of subsistence while he lay at Mahanaim, for he was a very great man.
Now,
And
have
the
we seen this
king,
Brazilian before?
I don't think we did check that out.
Real quick.
Barzillai.
My the Gadite leader who helped Dawid defeat Absalom's rebellion, a priest son-in-law to Barzillai to the Gadite, an Israelite from
Mahalat.
Ma'alah, whose son Adiel married Michael, Shaul's daughter. Yeah, so.
Okay. That was that dude that was crying.
Oh, okay, Khan. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. What the other one was, and okay,
Mm-hmm.
Khan. Okay, let's continue.
All right. Verse 33.
33.
And the king said unto Bar- Barzillai, Come thou over with me, and I will feed thee with me in Jerusalem. And Barzillai said unto the king, How long have I to live, that I should go up with the king unto Jerusalem? I am this day fourscore years old, and I can discern between good and evil. Can thy servant taste what I eat, or what I drink? Can I hear any more the voice of singing men and singing women? Wherefore then should I wherefore then should your servant be yet a burden unto my master the king? Thy servant will go a little way over Jordan with the king, and why should the king recompense it me with such a reward? Let thy servant, I pray you, turn back again, that I may die in my own city, and be buried by the grave of my father and of my mother. But behold, your servant Kimham, let him go over with my master the king, and do to him what shall seem good unto you.
All right, let's check out this. I know we hadn't seen that name before.
That's new. Kimham. Yeah, Kimham.
um, their longing,
Longing, car.
longing. A follower probably of the son of probably other son. I mean, he just called him by name. What did he say? Probably here.
Hmm.
Gilad, who returned from beyond Jordan to Dawid. Apparently, Dawid bestowed on him possessions in Bethlehem, on which the later time the inn was standing. Apparently, in the inn, Bethlehem, located in the possession and given by Dawid, following the son of. So he would be the one with the inn that didn't. Well, not the one, of course. He was generation would be the one with the
Hmm.
inn that didn't have room for the Mashiach be born in the manger. Is that what that was saying? If I or did I?
I believe so. It was like in that same area.
Okay, okay. Let's continue there.
All right, verse 38. And the king answered, Kimham shall go over with me, and I will do to him that which shall seem good unto you, and whatsoever thou shalt require of me, that will I do for thee. And all the people went over Jordan, and when the king was come over, the king kissed Barzillai and blessed him, and he returned unto his own place. Then the king went to Gilgal, and Kimham went on with him, and all the people of Yehuda conducted the king, and also half of the people of Israel. And behold, all the men of Israel came to the king, and said unto the king, Why have our brethren, the men of Yehuda, stolen thee away, and have brought the king and his household, and all David's men with him, over Jordan? And all the men of Yehuda answered the men of Israel, Because the king is near of kin to us. Wherefore then be ye angry for this matter? Have we eaten at all of the king's cost? Or hath he given us any gift? And the men of Israel answered the men of Yehuda, and said, We have 10 parts in the king, and we have also more right in Dawid than you. Why then did ye despise us, that our advice should not be first had in bringing back our king? And the words of the men of Yehuda were fiercer than the words of the men of Israel.
It's
You know,
always
this
been the case.
yeah, this is our brother, it's flesh of our flesh, you know.
Right, kind. Yeah, they was trying to, they just like Ephraim, when uh, oh my goodness, when Gideon was coming back, and they're like, "Oh, you didn't call us for the fight? Well, we're gonna fight you." Like,
Right, right,
yeah, y'all
right.
need to stop bugging, man.
All right. This is the book of Second Shemuel, chapter 20. Sheba's revolt, verse 1. And there happened to be there a man of B, whose name was Sheba, the son of Bakri, a Benamite. And he blew a trumpet and said, We have no part in Dawid, neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. Every man to his tent, O Israel.
All right, let's check out his name here. Uh, whose name was Shabbat?
Shabak,
Shabbat. Seven. His name means seven. Shabbat. Hmm.
and it just seems to be more beef with the Benamites, with
All right.
Dawid, you know.
Yeah, yeah. We saw this. We saw that before. Son of Bakri. Let's check out Bakri too. Just so since we here,
Bakri.
Bakri, youthful. Okay, his name means youthful. This is the first time we've seen it too. So, all right, let's continue. Yeah, because there's always going to be that. There's always been. Well, I shouldn't say always, but there was that contention with as long as David was in the earth, because he
Hmm.
took the throne from Shaul.
Yeah,
So
Khan.
there was always going to be a little bit of you know issue there.
Hmm. Verse 2. So every man of Israel went up from after Dawid, and followed Sheba, the son of Bakri. But the men of Yehuda clave unto their king from Jordan even to Jerusalem.
Hmm.
And Dawid came to his house at Jerusalem, and the king took the 10 women his concubines, whom he had left to keep the house, and put them in ward, and fed them but went not in unto them. So they were shut up unto the day of their death, living in widowhood.
Yeah, because they had been defiled by
Yep,
Absalom.
here
So
come.
yeah, he couldn't go back. He couldn't take them again.
All right. Verse 4. Then said the king to Amasa, assemble me the men of Yehuda within 3 days, and be thou here present. So Amasa went to assemble the men of Yehuda, but he tarried longer than the set time which he had appointed him. And Dawid said to Abishai, now shall Sheba, the son of Bachri, do us more harm than did Absalom. Take thou thy master's servants, and pursue after him, lest he get him fit cities and escape us.
Mm,
And there went out after him Joab's men, and Kerethites, and Pelethites, and all the mighty men, and they went up, Salakia, and they went out of Jerusalem to pursue after Sheba the son of Bachri. When they were a great stone, when they were at the great stone which is in Gibeon, Amasa went before them, and Joab's garment that he had put on was girdled unto him, and upon it a girdle with a sword fastened upon his loins and the sheath thereof. And as he went forth, it fell out. And Joab said to Amasa, art thou in health, my brother? And Joab took Amasa by the beard with the right hand to kiss him.
mm,
Amasa murdered. Verse 10. But Amasa took no heed to the sword that was in Joab's hand, so he smote him therewith in the fifth rib, and shed out his bowels to the ground,
mm.
and struck him not again, and he died. So Joab and Abishai his brother pursued after Sheba the son of Bachri.
And we see that fifth rib again. I mean, that's what the third
Indeed.
time we done seen that. Fourth time we done seen
Man,
that.
here it come. Uh, it's almost like a foolish death as well. You know what I mean?
Con
Like you ain't see that sword in his
in
hand.
his hand. Yeah, yeah. And I wonder if this was a sword or more like a dagger. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But man, he opened them up apparently. So he hit that rib, that fifth rib, which I'll be trying to, feel my ribs to get to the fifth one. Is it fifth from the up or fifth from the down? I'm gonna have to find that out. And
Con.
yeah, and we have to figure out what that is because your ribs protect your lungs. And
Hmm.
so if you hit that rib, you go, or you hit through that rib, you going right into the lung. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's you're not coming back from that unless
Con.
they can get you into a surgery quick.
All right. Verse 11. And after Salakia, and one of Joab's men stood by him and said, he that favoreth Joab, and he that is for Dawid, let him go after Joab. And Amasa wallowed in blood in the midst of the highway. And when the man saw that all the people stood still, he removed Amasa out of the highway into the field, and cast the cloth upon him. When he saw that every one that came by him stood still, the revolt put down. Verse 13. When he was removed out of the highway, all the people went after Joab to pursue after Sheba the son of Bachri. And he went through all the tribes of Israel unto Abel, and to Beth Maacah, and all the Berites, and there were gathered together, and he went also after him. And they came and besieged him in Abel of Beth Maacah, and they cast up a bank against the city, and it stood in the trench. And all the people that were with Joab battered the wall to throw it down. Then cried a wise woman out of the city, Shema, Shema, say, I pray you unto Joab, come near hither, that I may speak with thee. And when he was come near unto her, the woman said, art thou Joab? And he answered, I am he. Then said unto him, Slakia, then she said unto him, Hear the words of thine handmaid. And he answered, I do hear. Then she spake, saying, They were wont, they were wont to speak in old times, saying, They shall surely ask counsel at Abel. And so they ended the matter. I am one of them that are peaceable and faithful in Israel. Thou seekest to destroy a city and a mother in Israel. Why wilt thou swallow up thine why wilt thou swallow up the inheritance of Yahweh? And Joab answered and said, Far be it from me that I should swallow up or destroy. The matter is not so. But a man of Mount Ephraim, Sheba, the son of Bachri by name, hath lifted up his hand against the king, even against Dawid. Deliver him only, and I will depart from the city. And the woman said unto Joab, Behold, his head shall be thrown to thee over the wall.
Mm.
Man.
Like he get y'all okay. We'll give him over.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, we'll give him over. Y'all get you to get y'all up out of here. We'll give him over.
Here come. Verse 22. Then the woman went unto all the people in her wisdom, and they cut off the head of Sheba the son of Bachri, and cast it out to Joab. And he blew a trumpet, and they retired from the city, every man to his tent. And Joab returned to Jerusalem and to the king. Now Joab was over all the host of Israel, and Benaiah the son of Jehoiada was over the Cherethites, and over the Pelethites, and Adoram was over the tribute, and Jehoshaphat the son of Ahilud was recorder, and Sheva was scribe, and Zadok and Abathar were the priests, and Ira also the Yerite was a chief ruler about Dawid.
Hallelujah.
All praises.
Yes, indeed. So another chapter, another 5 chapters completed, and let's go to final thoughts here to finish up this week of study. Well, not this week of study, but this night of study. Um, you want to go ahead, Doc, or you want me to go?
Oh, Khan. I'll be brief. You had mentioned you had drew a parallel between Dawid and his descendant, Mashiach.
Hmm.
And we've seen that, countless comparisons.
Hmm.
Another one that I was thinking about when you said that, you know, when Mashiach walked the earth, his disciples and people asked him, it's like, when are you going to restore the kingdom? And his
Hmm.
reply was, my time is not now. It's not my
Hmm.
time to do that. That just kind of reminded me of how Dawid had been anointed to be king, but instead of taking that rightful place at that time, it
Hmm.
was almost like he was waiting for his time.
Right. Good.
Uh,
That's a good observation.
yeah, indeed. I mean, you helped me out with that, like to see that, like when we were just talking about that.
All praises.
Um, but in regards to a lot of the other reading, it's you were talking about how uh he was remorseful
Hmm.
for the lives that had been taken, these people, and we saw that also with the Messiah, forgive them, Abba, for they know not what
Hmm.
they do.
Con. Con.
So it's no coincidence that the Messiah comes from this line of men.
Con.
All
Hallelujah.
praises to the Most High.
Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All praises indeed. So, yeah, a bunch of interesting reading this evening. Lots of information. Like I said, some of these chapters I had not read completely through. So, this was edifying, very, very edifying. Reviewing chapter 16. Uh, when I saw, ironically, when I saw, David is cursed, I thought that meant that he was, like, cursed as in opposed to Barack or blessed. But I thought that was ironic. But yeah, dealing with Absalom, I was kind of at a place thinking like, okay, now he's done with Absalom. Hopefully, this will be his last conflict because Dawid has gotten older. We were talking last week that he was had to have been about 70, in his
Hmm.
70s at this time. So I was hoping that his it was winding down. So, but yeah, I think we're gonna go into. We still got to get into Kings and Chronicles, so we'll see even more of his exploits at that time.
Hmm.
But yeah, very remorseful of Absalom. Even though Absalom sought his life, he really wanted his son to repent. To come back to the Most High in righteousness, and that was his ideal vision for Absalom, as it would be for any man, for any man of the Most High should want his children to serve the Most High in purity and righteousness. So,
Hmm.
um, but yeah, Joab was another one. He was very interesting, and it's ironic that we kept off with what he was over the entire host, and they gave the officers of the other men. So we'll pick up tomorrow and finish up Second Shemuel
I,
completely.
I, yeah,
And
I think we'll get into Kings, I believe.
well, yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, we can do the first chapter of Kings as well. So we'll do that on tomorrow. And all praises to the Most High for another Yom Shishi study and some good edification. Uh, like I said, I've been familiar with some of this stuff, but just reading it all the way through like we have has been it's a great it's edifying. It's a barakah to do so. So, any final bits to add, Doc?
Nah, that's about it. All praises to the Most High for another wonderful night of reading. Not.
Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, for anybody who don't know, who may see this and don't know, it has turned winter uh, in
Right.
uh, in this 11th month on the Gregorian calendar, and it is very cold, very cold. So that's why you see Akazaki Yahoo in a sweater, and I got a couple of shirts under this and a hat on my head because I don't like heat too much. So I got it on about 67, and that's really warm enough. But I probably need to put it on about 72 because it is good and cold. So with that, I am your Akazaki Yahoo. Give all praise, honor. Salaki, Salaki. I'm your Akazaki Yahoo, joined by my most esteemed Akinanaya. We give all praise, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah, Bahashem, Yahushua Hamashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say Shalom Wabarukim, that is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day that the Most High brings us back together. And we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High Power, under one covenant. Until that day, Shalom, family.
Shalom, shalom, family.